Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and welcome to a new constructor called Greggy or Gregwy, who's written to us 2 or 3 times, and now a puzzle is featuring on the channel. Well done. Well done, Greggy. We'll look at the rules in a moment. There's an interesting petal rule about the yellow cells, which I will explain to you. Now, don't forget that yes, the 1st of September, hooray, the new Back to the Future Sudoku Hunt, which is our September monthly reward. It's by Blobs, it's on Patreon, it's fantastic. And the winner, or one person chosen out of the people who submit correct answers by the 20th, will be given the opportunity to collaborate with Simon on a video solve, which is fantastic. Certainly most of the people who've done that in the past have covered themselves with glory, so we look forward to that. But the Sudoku Hunt itself is magnificent, and we urge you to give it a try. Now, what else have we got? We've got on Patreon, we've got Simon's attempts at Listen by Eck, which is a marvelous themed advanced cryptic crossword, and how advanced it is will be told to you by the fact that Simon has spent over 7 hours on this puzzle, and that is split into videos that are all available to our Patreons. Do check them out. If you're a $3 a month patron, you can see solution videos to the last Sudoku Hunt, the Rostam one, and some people have been waiting for those for sure. You can join us on Discord for a chat about how to solve the patron reward, for instance. And there are always very helpful people in the Patreon chat channel who will give you a hand with that. And the links are all under the video in the description field, as they are to SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD and our apps, which of course do feature Line Sudoku and Domino Sudoku and also Fog of War and the worms, so do check those out. Now, let's have a look at the rules to Flower Petals by Gregory, the first link under the video. Normal Sudoku rules apply. That's 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. 2 cells that are directly connected by a German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5, that's the green line. Cells joined by a black dot must have a ratio of 1 to 2. One is double the other. And the yellow cells, a flower center cell's digit must equal the number of odd digits in its orthogonally adjacent cells, which are its petals. And you see how these all appear at the ends of the green lines. So those 4 cells must all be odd, because that's a 4, and it's describing how many of those cells are odd. So those are the rules. Intriguing constraint. I cannot possibly tell, given that constraint, whether we've got a lot of information and this is going to be a fairly straightforward puzzle, or very little information and this is going to be hard. So I'm going to give it a try. You can do so too by clicking the link under the video. Let's get cracking. So I'm going to do my green line spiel first, which is that some things we know about green lines are that 5 can never appear on them because there's no adjacent Sudoku digit that is possible. That they alternate, therefore, between high and low, and that's we're given a digit on the line right here, so that's good for this line. We can immediately fill in all the lows alternating away. If they didn't alternate, you'd have 2 high digits next to each other or 2 low digits, and the difference wouldn't be enough. We've got a low digit on this one as well. My goodness, that's making things a bit easier. Right, I'm going to remove the blue from those yellow petal heads because I need to see where they are. Here we don't know. Actually, we probably do. Okay, the final thing I was going to say about the lines is that 4 and 9 are difficult to place. Sorry, 4 and 6 are difficult to place because they're the monogamous digits. They can never go somewhere where their 2 neighbours would see each other because they only have 1 possible neighbour. And that possible neighbour for a 4 is a 9, so we can fill in 9s there and there. Now, here we have the 4 high digits in this column. And those 3 can't be 6 based on the monogamy rule that I was just telling you about. So that one is 6 at the bottom. 3 on the black dot, 1 on the green line. These others, one of them is a 9, and that's clearly there. And the other 2 are 7 and 8. And I'm going to say that this one can't be 7 because these 2 digits are basically a 2-3 pair. And 3 would touch 7, which isn't allowed. So that's 8, that's 7. 7 must touch 2. This is very approachable so far. Here, 7 must touch 1 or 2. We've got all of these in this column. We've got 5 and 4 to put in the column, and column 4 is finished just like that. I haven't even thought, oh, hang on. I've been merrily marking orange and blue for high and low. And I'm going to stop doing that now because I think I can control the highs and lows. Remember, what the flower petals are telling me is about odds and evens. And that might be, oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to change my mind. Let's just look in this box. These 4 are odd and they're not 9. The other 4 odd digits are 1, 3, 5 and 7. So they must be in those cells. The remaining digits in the box are 2, 6 and 8. That 2 tells us where the 2 goes, here. Down this digit is, I was going to say it's low and it's not 2, 3 and 4, but I'm misreading my colour. It's high. Okay, this digit is a 1 because it's on a black dot with a 2 and it's not a 4. That's taking 1 out of that cell and not doing much else. How about the low digits here? This one can't be a 4, so it's 1, 2 or 3. And that is now a 1, 2, 3, 7 quad, isn't it? So the remaining digits in the row are 6, 8 and 9. Oh, I was going to take out the blue from that cell. 6 can't appear in that cell because of the monogamy rule. Or this one, actually, because it's got 2 neighbours in the same box. So 6 goes there. One of these is a 2. This black dot now can't have a 6 on, so it's not a 3, 6 pair. We're selecting from 1, 2, 4, 8 for that one. But we've got a low digit there and a low digit here. Just wondering about whether we're running out of low digits. No, let's have a look at this cell, which, now I do want to colour for odds now. Okay, I'm going to remove, as I suggested I might, I'm going to remove all the colouring in the grid that I've done, and I'm going to revert to colouring cells blue for even, maybe not the flowers, but everything else, blue for even, and orange for odd. So I'm starting with the ones I've been given. Oh, I missed that one. Then we know that these were odd because of the flower count of 4. This flower count of 4 is talking about these orthogonally connected cells. Oh, those are all odd. These 2 are even. That one I wasn't going to colour because it's yellow. Yeah, for this to be even, it would have to be an 8, but this is low. This is low, and it's not a 2 or a 4, so that is 1 or 3. That is odd. I kind of do want to colour even the yellow cells. Oh, it's 1 or 3. It can't possibly be a 3 because it's counting these cells, so it's a 1. Okay, now I can colour it. It's odd, and that cell is odd because it's a count of 1 odd digits. That one's even. If I colour it light blue, okay, that's quite a good compromise because that's a colour I can sort of recognise as both even and a flower. Now, this can't be a 1 by Sudoku anymore. Okay, now I'm colouring for odds and evens, which is very different from highs and lows. This digit sees 3 cells max. It can't be a 1, so that is a 2 or a 3. Now, I don't know whether that's odd or even. Oh, hang on, it can't be a 3, so that is a 2. I do know whether that's odd or even. There we go, it's even. This digit is high, 7, 8 or 9. This digit is high, also 7, 8 or 9 because it sees a 6. This one is low and is not 1 or 2. It's not allowed to be a 4 by the monogamy rule. So that's a 3. And we've got an 8, 9 surrounding it because that's all that 3 can touch on the line. 3 is an odd digit. This can't be 2 or 8. Or 1 actually. 1, 2 and 8 appear somewhere in the row. So that's a 4. This one is now 1 or 8. Sorry, 2 or 8. Both of those are definitely even. In this column we've got 5 and 7 left to find. Now those were all odd. This is a flower with 2 odds around it and 1 even. This cell can't be even because it sees 2, 4 and a 6, 8 pair. So that's definitely one of the 2 odds. Okay, maybe go back to the German whisper idea. This one is high. 6 is not possible because it's touching a 2. So 7, 8 or 9. This is low. Can't be 3 or 4 by Sudoku. So that's 1 or 2. This is high. 7, 8 or 9 because its 2 neighbours see each other. And this is low and can't be 3 or 4. So again, 1 or 2. That is now a 1, 2 pair. Taking 1 out of that cell, and now that's a 3, 5, 7 triple, and this is the one in box 1. And that makes that a 2 and that a 3. I was then going to announce that 3 is flanked by an 8, 9 pair, but we know that already. That has become a 7 in the row, and this is now a 3, 5 pair. So, in this column, what do we need? We need a 6 in one of these cells, along with another high digit that's not in use down here. Don't know about that. Right, that was good progress. These digits, this one is 5 or 7. It sees 3, 9 and 1 and it's odd. And that makes a 5, 7 pair in this row, and that makes the 2 other odd digits 3 and 9. This one is seeing a 3 and therefore is a 9. That's blue. This is therefore 3. These 2 are even. Might as well colour them. And indeed they're a 6, 8 pair. I can't see how I know which is which yet. If you can, well done. There's a 3 to go in this box that can't be in these cells, so it must be there. 2's been done here. There's a 2 somewhere here. There's a 3 in one of those 2 and a 2 in one of those 3. This is just Sudoku. There's a 4 somewhere there. Now, I've got this flower top still to do here, and this can't be more than 4. It must be a low digit. There might be a reason why it can't be 4, but I can't see that immediately. So I'm going to put 1, 2 and 4 as possibilities. This now is high, therefore it's not 2. It's also not 9 or 6. It is 7 or 8, and this is low. Once that's 7 or 8, this can only be 1, 2 or 3, and it can't be 3. So that's 1 or 2, and we've got a pair in the bottom row now. I haven't worked out. Oh, 9 is looking at that cell. Goodness me, that's pretty clear when you see it. So that gives us 8 and 9. 8 is, no, not looking back at anything. 9. Okay, in this bottom row, we've effectively done a 1, 2 pair, 3, 6, 5 and 9. The other digits are 4, 7 and 8. Oh, okay, this one can't be 8 because there's a 6, 8 pair up here. This one can't be 8 because of 8 in the box. So this one is 8. And that means this digit is 7. And now by the German whisper rule, this can't be a 4. So that's 1 or 2. And that means only 1 or 2 of these surrounding cells are odd. I don't quite know how to use that yet. The 7 says this is not a 7. 5938. Just looking for something else that's clear. 2's in one of those cells. If 2 was there, both of these would be 1. No, that doesn't really do much. 1 in this row is in one of those 2 cells. That's quite interesting. It's going to make one of these 2 into a 2. Okay, that's a neat little point. This may not be necessary, but I've spotted it. 1 in this row has to be in one of those 2 cells. That means these 2 can't both be 1s, or else you couldn't put 1 in those cells. So at least one of these is a 2, and now this digit cannot be a 2, because at least one of those is a 2, and they're both looking at it. And if that digit can't be a 2, the only place for 2 in column 6 is here. So that is a 2, and is blue. And this is now a 1, and that's a 2. And now that is a 1. I should have maybe seen at a slightly simpler juncture earlier that those 2 being different meant those 2 were different. I didn't notice that. You spotted that. I didn't. I'm not as smart. So this 1 is saying that one of these 4 is orange or odd, and the others are all even. Oh, this 2 was saying 2 oranges, so that one's orange and is a 1 in its box. These 2 are both even. We haven't found the odd digit for that 1. They're from 4, 6, 8. 1, 3, 5. We need a 4 in this column, and that is in one of those 2 cells, because these are not pencil marked with 4 due to that. These obviously aren't 4 because of that. And now 4 can't be here because 4's in one of those 2 cells. So this is a 7, that's orange. This is a 4 in the corner, that's blue. And I somehow can't write 4. There we go. The other digits in this column are 5, 7, 9. They're all orange, and I could have marked that. Oh no, I could only mark that once I knew that we didn't have a 7 in the corner. That's good. This is getting 2 orange. This is no, that's not a flower head. This is a flower head, and it's got its 2 oranges. So that one is blue. 2, 4, 3, 5, 1. Yeah, that is 6 or 8, and these are 7 and 9. They have to both be odd. So this one that is 8 or 9, once it's odd, that's a 9. This is a 7. That's not. This is now 5, 7, 9. That gets a lot of column 1 done. 4, 5 pairs still to go in this column. Then 6, 8 down here. They're both even. This is the last petal to resolve. That is a naked 4. It sees 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 in the row. 3, 5 in the box. That places 4 here in box 8. These 2 are now 3, 5 as a pair. I could colour them. For some reason I'm keeping the colouring going now. Didn't we know? No, maybe we didn't. I can colour that orange. Oh, and this 1, oh, well, we basically proved it's correct. There's its orange digit. Didn't have to work with that. That is a 2, 6, 8 triple. So this is a 9. That makes this an 8. I think we're finishing off now. This digit at the top is a 7. What have we got? 2, 5, 8 still to place in box 3. Okay, I don't know quite how that works. Have we got 5 orange here? No, not yet. I'm sure this is all straightforward now, but I can't see what to do next. This row, 2, 3, that 8 is looking at this. There we go. So that's 6. That's now a 4. That's a 5. That's a 4. We get to colour those. That 5 is looking across here. That 5 is looking into the middle box. This digit is the last one in its row. That's the last in its row. And that's sorted out a lot of stuff down there. This is a 5, 6 pair. Don't know the order yet. That has become an 8, and that sorts out the 6, 8 over there. Right, we need a 2 in this row, and that has to go here now. That's the last blue in its row and box. We get a 5 up here. These two are a 1-3 pair because they see 5, 7 and 9. And that's good. Now we get 6, 9 there, 6, 5 here. We can colour those remaining digits, although I'm not quite sure what the point is anymore. Blue there, and then we can finish off a 5 and a 3. That's not too hard at all. Thank you, Greggy, for a remarkable puzzle. Loads of people have had a go at that in 200 days, so I'm glad Greggy sent it. Well done if you've done that before. Well done if you've done it now. I don't think we've done it on the channel, but nice to have a go. And thank you very much for watching our videos. It's good to have a fairly straightforward one every now and then, and we're always a pleasure to bring you an approachable puzzle. Hope to see you soon on the channel. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.